Big up to everyone. How's everyone doing today? We're back here for another video on Chic TV. This time it's a little bit different. We are doing a Premier League preview for the Manchester City versus Arsenal game that is tomorrow. Very, very big game for both teams. Title decider, in my opinion, for both of them. I wasn't going to do this stream alone. I've actually got two guests on the stream today, and they're actually making their appearance for the first time. So real quick, before you guys obviously, get tuned in to all the stuff that we're going to talk about, links are in the description for both these guys. I do want to introduce first. So I've been on this his channel before, and I've been very honored and absolutely privileged to be on his channel. Top lad, great Arsenal fan, love his opinions. I want to welcome Connor to the stream. Big up, Connor. How you doing today, man?
Well, good, bro. Great intro. Respect it. I really respect it, bro. Listen, Sheik, you're an absolute legend, bro. And I'm honored myself to be on your channel for the first time. Really, really appreciate the invite. And let's get talking. It's going to be a big game. This is actually my first actual proper preview talking about the game. So,
Okay.
yeah, I've got a lot of things to say, that's for sure. So big up to you, man. And big up to everyone in the chat as well. Make sure you smash the likes. Sheik's a legend, man. To get them likes smashed.
Appreciate it.
Subscribe if you're new. Let's go, man. Let's go.
Yeah, subscribe to Connor's channel too. Like I said, link is in the description. CMO Sports. I'm sure AJ will show up sometime or another. He'll drop the links in the chat as well. AJ. But I do also have another guest, another Arsenal fan. Another guy who's, sometimes his opinions are a little controversial. Some would like to say that he's drinking the Kool-Aid or the stars are aligning. But I do want to welcome my guy, Tony Claude Gunner TV. Welcome to the channel, bro. I'm so excited to have you on the channel. I've been on yours as well, of course, in the past. But this is a very, very big game, and I can't wait to hear your guys' thoughts about this. But big up to you, Tony. How are you doing today?
Hey, Chic TV, big up to you, man. See, I've had the honor of bringing you to my channel, yeah, and of course it was. See, you knew what happened that day, yeah. It was great on my channel. You coming to visit me on my channel the other day. See. And of course, we have Connor down here. I've had a couple of run-ins with Connor. Connor's a big friend of mine too in this space. So I'm buzzing to go. This is my second proper preview on this matchup. Yeah, the first one I did that with Patrick and Soph. Yeah, that was a great show. Lots of insights into it. See, I can't just wait to get into the Etihad and smash this lot. I'm saying it right here on your show. How about that for an exclusive?
I love it, man. Love the chest. I love it. Absolutely love it. But yeah, everyone who's tuned in, big up. I see all y'all in the chat right now. Fadar. We're also streaming this on Tony's channel too. So like I said, go ahead and subscribe to Tony's channel. It is in the description. Go ahead and subscribe to Connor's channel. It is also in the description. I see everybody in the chat right now. Warrior J Legend. He says interesting stream coming. He also says I'm tired because he's a Chelsea fan. If we don't already know, they drew to Burnley.
Yeah.
10 men, crazy.
Oh, that's crazy.
Talk about that in another video. But here we are. Big up to Sasha. She says big up Chic. Shout out to Connor and Tony as well. My guy Will, he says stars aren't aligning. Tony, let's have it right. We're gonna get into this. But no better place to start off. So we're just gonna get the overall thoughts basically. But title decider. This is definitely a title decider. We were talking about this before the stream went off. In my opinion, I think this is definitely the biggest game for both these teams. As much as how important it is for Arsenal, depending on where they are in the league, it's as important for City as well. So Connor, let us know, man. What are your thoughts going into this game? How are you feeling? Are you feeling confident? Let us know, man. Let us know.
Yeah, big up to Hooks in the chat. I may have had a couple drinks when I went into people's chats and said we were going to win 3-1. I had a couple drinks Friday night. Yeah, big up Hooks, man.
Hooks is real one.
Hooks is real one, man. Listen, do you know what? And I'll say it here right now. And listen, I'm not going to say like it's going to be an absolute Arsenal, smashing. I do think it will be a tight game. However, I've never been this confident going to the City ground in so long. It's not because we're top of the league. It's not because of we're above City. It's just because I've been watching the team this season, especially October onwards, and it's just been so. Well, I say that it's been more of influential since we came back from Dubai, but even before that, we were playing all right. But it just feels different, and I really feel like this season we can go ahead and compete with these guys. Also, to the matter of fact that we have beaten them twice, on penalties, but we still beat them either way. And obviously, we beat them at the Emirates as well. And people say, "Oh, deflected goal." We still won the game. We still locked out the likes of Haaland. It was a really big win for Arsenal. So, listen, I'm confident. I've never, like I said, I've never walked into a City game this confident before. I think the Arsenal boys can do it. I really do think they can get a result this time. I think there's a lot more, revenge on the side of things, because what happened last season was an absolute disgrace, and I don't think the boys want to go in again and get a result like that. I think they want to go ahead and actually show some, some competence, go in and actually go get a decent result. And yeah, I think we could do. I think we could do well. And like I said to you backstage, I said, John Stones and Walker. That's massive. And listen, they've got a Kanji, they've got Ake that they can put in the centre back roles, but it's not the same without Walker and Stones. And I think people can agree with that. Listen, Akanji is a great player. I highly rate Akanji. Rico Lewis as well may play right back. He's a great youngster, but it's not Kyle Walker and it's not John Stones. For me, John Stones, especially last season, was my favourite centre back in the whole league last season. I think he was probably the best. And the fact that he's out is a massive, massive boost for Arsenal. And the fact that I think Arteta's playing mind games. I don't think we have that many injuries. I think Saka will be playing. I think Martinelli will be playing. So I think we've got a fully fit team. Maybe Bar Timber. Partey should be there as well. So listen, I think we've got enough to go ahead and get a result tomorrow. And yeah, I said 3-1 because I believe that it will be 2-1, but we'll nab one right at the end, in my opinion. So make it 3. But listen. Like I say, I'm confident. I think we're a different team this season. I've seen it. I'm a lot more confident now in the way we're playing our football. And come on now, it's been 8 years. It's about time we go ahead and now take it to them. It's about time.
100%. Hey, this is if Arteta needs to prove that he, this season around Arsenal is different. These are the games that you have to try to go and win, right? Yes, you can score 6 against Sheffield, 6 against West Ham, all looks good at the end of the day, but these are the games that matter. And I totally agree with you. I think Arsenal have been a better team this year. Obviously, you're not going to the Etihad with Rob Holding. You're actually taking a Declan Rice this time. Yes. You're also taking a Kai Havertz who's been in form as well. So definitely, I think I would say it is your game to lose. I think obviously Etihad is a tough place to go. They haven't been beaten there since like last year or something like that.
It's been a long time. I think last year February, something like that. It was exactly. Spurs, I think Spurs were the last team to do it.
But this same time around, when you guys played them last season, I think the conversation was the same, that if there is any team that could beat City, it is you guys, because you guys are, like I said, in the great form. Your players are gelling. You guys are playing very, very good football. Like Tony would say, the gangsta was tested against Porto, and you guys did the business. It was a tough game. The dark arts were there in full effect, but you eventually did the business. And I think that type of win also gives you guys some sort of like confidence going into a big game like this. You have Saliba now, who was injured last year. And Rob Holding played, of course, and Rob Holding is Rob Holding. But you also now have that pair of Gabriel, who's been playing a much, much better than Saliba, in my opinion, this year. So you have both those players, and very, very strong team that you're going with. But I absolutely agree. Tony, what are your thoughts? Chess for this game? I know you do. Stars are aligning, Kool-Aid, all of that stuff. Let us know, man. Let us know. I would start off with this. Are the stars aligning for Arsenal to win this game?
Now that's a befitting one, yeah. Chic TV, man. Big ups to you, man. See ya, guys. Yeah, it's simple. It's simple. The stars are aligning, and it's not just a catchphrase, yeah, because some people mistake that for being a catchphrase, and it's not just a catchphrase. Like there's proof in the pudding. And it's with the way Arsenal have scored and have played this season. See, we're going to the Etihad. No doubt it's going to be a tough game, yeah? The last time we won there, kind of get me correct, 2015, 2016, if I'm not mistaken. The last time we went down there, we had players like Coquelin in the middle of the park. Santi Cazorla scoring a goal that day, and Olivier Giroud giving us the winner that day. Yeah, it's such a long time. And that's a testament to what Manchester City are. They're a big team. They've been winning and firing on all cylinders. I get that. But see, guys, we do know that this season, there's a lapse in that team. No footballing guy right here or footballing lady down here will tell me that they don't see the gaps. Will tell me that they don't see the defense's lapses, like the lapses in the defense this season with the way they're playing. They're not gelling, they're not firing on all cylinders. There's lapses. You can sense it. And see, I do feel that last season when Arsenal went down there, I don't want to put an excuse, into what I'm saying right now. Yeah, but we did had injuries at that time. We had lots of injuries. Thomas Partey down and out. Jorginho couldn't get us over the line. Fitness issues to Martinelli at the time also. Um, Rob Holding was down there in centre back pairing. Come on, man. Oh, they're not good enough. Connor, you two can attest to that. William Saliba was practically the
100%.
exactly the key and the glue that glued that season for us, and it was down and out. Come on, man. Thomas Partey out. When you go into the Etihad, you need to be going with your trusted soldiers. At the time, I didn't go down there with my trusted soldiers. And see, Sheikh Connor, you also do know that Arsenal never had multiple and multi-dimensional ways through which we could win games. Last season, good and okay. We did win games last season, but we didn't bruise through teams. We didn't calmly just slot in 6-5 into the net. Yeah, there were games where we won, decent 2-1, decent 3-1 wins, decent 1-0 wins, but we weren't blitzing teams and sending teams parking away from their home grounds and sending, their home fans away after 45, 17 minutes. We weren't doing that. But this season, after that drink from Dubai, after the holy drink and the holy meat eating down there at Dubai, you can attest that things have changed. Since we've come back from Dubai, 8 straight games, 8 wins, 33 goals. 33 goals scored in 8 games. You know what? In 28 games this season, Arsenal have scored 70. We've only considered just 24 goals this season. We are that good. We've overblitzed City in scoring this season. There's something special in this team. We are going to the Etihad with presumably the best centre-back pairings in the whole of Europe. No one can tell me nothing. Chic TV, if you know a more better centre-back pairing in Europe, please lay the gauntlet right now. Tell them to me. Just name 2.
Yeah, no. Well, the thing, I agree. I think it's more than
that's what I thought. That's what I thought.
I think it's more.
Let's move on. That's what I thought. That's what I thought. Let's move on from that.
I absolutely agree with you. Yeah.
Let's move on from that. And again, last season Arsenal did not have multi-dimensional ways through which we could win games. Last season we're just scoring goals, on the regular. But at this time, I'm seeing more pathways through which we could get goals. If we decide to just play a normal game the way we played at the Emirates, that saw us win this game at the Emirates earlier this season, we could just keep a mid-block. Yeah, good. Wait for the chances. Mind you, this game will be won through transitions. Who's more quicker in transitions and who's more quicker with the counter-attacks. That's why I think this game will be won. But let's throw all that tactics all away. If Arsenal right now needs to win this game, it's very simple. We do have that mid-block system where we could just keep it all composed, conservative, and we can take our chances and just allow them commit themselves, and then we could go on and get a goal. We could even throw that all away and just look passes straight up to that 6-foot+ German giraffe down there waiting, in the 18-yard box, ready to score goals. That's another dimension. And if we even want to even go into another wealth that we've found this season, Arsenal, and this is something that people aren't why, Connor, Arsenal is the team that have scored more goals in this league through set pieces. Why isn't this being talked about in many of all these podcasts and in many of all these streams? Arsenal have the most goals in through set pieces. Why can't that be part of our armory that we're taking down to the Etihad? Because see, William Saliba is dangerous with headers through corner kicks. Definitely, Connor, you do know this. Magalhaes is very dangerous through his headers, through set pieces. He's scoring goals. We do have, a Declan Rice, 105 million pounder, who's now taking our corner kicks. His spin, his whip, and that correct height, that matching the players' precision and calculation, you could just get a goal. So we have different dimensions through which we could actually win the game. And just that, like Connor, I've already said, those injuries that has happened, that we're hearing right now, and to which I believe they're true. Yeah.
Yep.
It places Arsenal in a very, very advantageous position right now. Yeah. John Stones. Actually, I was really thinking that John Stones would play, because John Stones always roaming about, and I really wanted him to roam away when we go down to the Etihad, because it keeps us actually abreast with Kai Havertz, that 1v1 battle with Kai Havertz and Diaz, when Jones will literally roam away. But since he's not playing, good and okay. Gareth Southgate has done the job for us. So there's no more Jones. Kai Havertz will have his day in court with Diaz on that one-on-one battle. I'm very sure about that. And let's see what happens. I'm not confident that Diaz can be able to keep Kai Havertz quiet, because he's that kind of guy that has the penchant to just push, to just kick, to have aerial battles as part of his ammunition and part of his armory. And of course, people do look down on him. So he can really sneak in and get important goals for you. And scoring important goals is part of his arsenal. He's gotten us over the line against Liverpool. He scored important goals in the VTech Stadium at Brentford when we do need goals. Even at the Emirates, where we did need a goal against Brentford, he did score goals for us. At the Champions League, he scored a goal for us too. So see, in important games, he has shown that he could actually get us over the line. And that's what I want to see. And that makes that battle with Diaz a very, very tasty one, to my concern. This game would also be tested also in the Wath areas. How about that? I really want to see that battle between Nathan Ake and, of course, Bukayo Saka. Trust me, Sheikh TV. If Bukayo Saka was just down there, watching Nathan Ake in that Dutch national team, giving that Dutch national team that stinker, against Germany, I think Bukayo Saka would really be relishing this fight against Nathan Ake. He'll be licking his lips, no Didi. He will be licking his lips at this, ready to go, ready to hunt, and ready to actually take on this guy.
The best part about it is as well, Tony, we didn't have any of these players when we beat them 1-0. Our attack was Trossard, Nketiah, and Jesus, and that is nowhere near our best front three.
That's nowhere near. Nowhere
near.
So
if we've got Martinelli, Kai Havertz, and Saka, I think if they're on it, fully fit, it's more dangerous. And I do think we can cause some damage. And
we'll have a go.
And Kyle Walker not being there is massive, especially for both Martinelli and Saka. Listen, and I highly rate Nathan Ake. I think Nathan Ake is very underrated. However, against a player like Saka, I think Ake might have a long day. But Saka has to turn up. He's got to turn up. These are one of the games. Don't worry, don't get me wrong. Saka isn't the whole package now and then. He can have his inconsistencies. But I think he knows the level. I think he knows what he needs to do. But for me, tomorrow, it's like any other football game. It's the midfield battle. Whoever wins that midfield battle will go ahead and I think win the game. Because if you've got dominance in the midfield and you're going to the Etihad and you've got dominance in the midfield, you are going to control that game. Do I think we're going to control the game completely? No, because it's Manchester City and it's the Etihad. However, I do believe our midfield, we've got. I personally want Rice, Odegaard, and Jorginho. I know Tony said the other day on Southampton City you want Partey, which is completely fair enough. I want Jorginho just for I don't think Partey's fully fit yet. So that's why I'm going with Jorginho. But if we've got that, there's a bit of experience. Declan Rice is Declan Rice. I doubt he'll put in a shocker. I think Odegaard, I hope he turns up. I always critique Odegaard for, not putting in 110% when it comes to the big games. So hopefully he turns up. And I do think that's a midfield that can go ahead and control things. I really do. And I think Declan Rice offers a lot more confidence in our midfield as well. A lot more dominance than what we had last season. And don't get me wrong, I love Thomas Partey. But for me, this season, watching Rice compared to Partey, he has the same assets as Partey where his passing's fluid, it's so clean, he's so calm on the ball. But he's got such more of a presence that players don't want to go near him. They don't want to go try putting an attack because he's too hard to win the ball against. So I'm really curious to see how he does against this Man City midfield. And don't get me wrong, listen, they've got Rodri, they've got fantastic, they've got Bernardo Silva, they've got I'm not getting it twisted. Their midfield is very, very, very good. However, I do believe that there is a way we can get our midfield to take a bit of dominance in this. I don't know why I'm so confident. Maybe it's, but I've got a reason to. We've been fantastic this season. Goals scored, conceded. That's why I don't think we're going to concede a lot of goals tomorrow like we did last season. We've got the whole squad. That's the main thing, Chick. We've got the whole squad. Yeah. Bar Timber. We should be having the whole squad there. And that gives me so much confidence. And it will let me down hugely if we have a copy of 4-1 last season with this squad. It's going to really, really let me down. But I do think the midfield battle will be the key.
I think
and just to add to that, just to add to that, Martinelli should be fit for this game, like I've heard. So if he's coming down there, it's gonna be a long day for Akanji. Yeah, Akanji is a great player, but personally, I don't really rate him. Now that's a personal opinion. I don't really rate him. I think he's good, but I think Kyle Walker is a more all-rounded defender. So they losing him is a big blow. I'll come straight into that later on. But again, he's meeting Gabriel Martinelli. Of course, he's a speedster, and that when you have a speedster running through that left-hand side, it's going to be a long day, very long day for Akanji. Now, the missing Kyle Walker definitely is injured in this game. That is taking away a whole lot of things from this Manchester City team. I'm talking of going forward, building their attack. It's always key having Kyle Walker to actually run up and build up from the back, mostly during their counter attacks. Is a very, very important factor for them going forward. But in as much as Kyle Walker is quite good going forward, is also a big threat and a big importance back for them. So he does the same thing that Zinchenko is actually doing in our team, but he does it more efficiently because he can attack and he could help build the attack, and he could also be that guy that could be very conservative at the back. But now that's taken away from them. Naturally, what will Pep do? If you're Pep, what would you do? You would definitely naturally bring in a midfielder that's a little bit more defensive thinking to actually shore up that that intersection between Akanji and the midfield, so he could be able to drop back. Who's the person that naturally comes down to your mind? That person would be a Kovacic, because he's more defensively minded rather than taking advanced positions. So he will definitely want to bring in Kovacic to actually shore up that defense, since Kyle Walker isn't down there. So that takes away one attacking threat from the midfield, definitely, because Kovacic isn't that guy that will run the lines and try to move forward. It's a defensive.
I personally don't rate Kovacic.
Exactly. Yeah, but again, that'll be taken away from this team. Mind you, they're already missing a Kyle Walker already. So see, the key thing in this game is that they'll be missing part of their important players that help them build the attack. And most of all, I'm still of this thinking, that this season, Manchester City, they don't pass the ball quicker. Even this season, Kevin De Bruyne, even when he has been back from his injury, he's given the ball more times than I can remember. He's giving the ball away. And you know what? You don't give Arsenal the ball away, mostly when they're out for revenge, mostly when they're in a title shot. This was the same place that our title aspirations and dreams was completely nailed to the coffin. These boys, they know this. So they're coming down there for revenge. Revenge is in their heads. They're coming for that. And they're coming to wipe the floor with these guys, because they naturally knew what happened to them last season. They don't want a repeat of that. They know if they don't win this game, they know they're totally out of the picture. They have to win this game. It's going to come in handy with this injuries. It all works out for the Arsenal. And again, Erling Haaland. How many goals? Sheikh, Connor, how many goals have Haaland scored against the traditional top six? By Aston Villa, I don't care about Aston Villa. I'm talking about the traditional top six.
He scored against us, but I mean, it's us. Like, we're garbage. It's not anything crazy for him to score against
us. I get that. So, by Manchester United.
Bar
Yeah,
Manchester United,
yeah.
he hasn't really. He's actually missed a lot of chances too. Like,
That's what I
was another
thought.
thing that I was gonna
That's
get
what I
to.
thought.
I wouldn't,
That's what I thought.
I wouldn't underrate him
That's what
too
I
much.
thought.
Tony, I wouldn't
Yes.
underrate him
No,
too
no,
much.
no, I'm, no, no,
However,
no, no, no,
however,
no, Connor,
I
no,
do,
no, no,
I,
Connor.
no,
No,
however,
no,
I
no,
do think
no, no,
you're
no,
Tony,
no, no,
Tony,
no, wait, Connor. No,
Let
wait,
him,
Connor.
let him land.
No, no,
It's
Connor.
a good
Let's
talk.
get this
Yeah,
correctly.
let him land.
I have not underrated Haaland in any way.
Yeah.
I just asked a simple question. There's no need for us to get triggered.
No,
I
I was just going to say,
question.
I understand.
How many goals has he scored? How many goals has he scored against
I was going to say, Tony, I wasn't disagreeing with you. Tony, I wasn't
he hasn't. Manchester United. Let's be fair. Let's be fair.
Tony, I was literally just going to say, the reason I agree with you, bar I do think that obviously Haaland's Haaland, but when we look back at that 1-0, we locked him off. We locked him off that day.
Exactly.
Saliba and Gabriel didn't let him have a sniff whatsoever. They didn't.
Exactly.
And I'm hearing rumours that Jack Grealish is going to start tomorrow. And that's giving me. Don't get me wrong. Last season, obviously, Jack Grealish started, and he obviously was very good last season. But I don't know, man. I don't fully rate him. But the one player that, for me personally, we've got to lock down is Phil Foden. Because I'm worried about him because somehow he is always in the right position. I'm more worried about him than I am Haaland. 100%. Phil Foden, 100%. So Ben White's got a lot of work to do. Am I a big fan of Ben White's defensive ability? It's hit and miss with me. I think he's good at winning the ball. When it comes to one-on-ones, I think he's a little bit weak. I wish he would put in an extra tackle, stick a leg out. I don't think he does that as often. So Ben White's got a shift to do tomorrow. But it's that left back position I'm worried about. It's that if it's Kivior, which I want to put it out here before anything comes. I'm a big fan of how Kivior's been performing these last couple of games. I think he's been absolutely fantastic. But against a Manchester City side, if he is starting, I mean, personally, I would start Tomiyasu at left back for this one, just because of his defensive capabilities. I'd trust him more, even though Kivior has been great, and I do think he will start. But I'm saying that more to the case of I haven't seen Kivior against a top 6 side yet. I don't know what, or top 4 side even. I don't know what he's going to be like. But I trust, so that's why I say I trust Tomiyasu a bit more. But however, whoever is at that left back role and the right, obviously Ben White at the right back role, they've got a shift. Because I don't think that the wingers are going to be quiet tomorrow for Manchester City. Obviously, they do have Doku as well, and we know how rapid Doku can be. You know, he can be absolutely essential to that Man City team off the bench. So I think the team that's going to, the players that are going to have the most work to do tomorrow are going to be our fullbacks, 100%. 100%. And we've got to lock down Phil Foden, in my personal opinion.
Sorry, I disagree with you. I'm sorry, Connor. I have to disagree with you when it comes to Tomiyasu.
2 seconds.
Yeah,
real quick. Everybody who's tuned in, are you guys not entertained? We're obviously having some great conversations about the game. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the guests on the channel, including myself. Please, this helps us. This helps our channels a lot. But go on, Tony. I'll let you land, and then I got some stuff to say as well. But go on, Tony.
Yeah. Let me just land these minerals. Yeah. See, Connor, I disagree with you when it comes to Kivior. I just really think that we're not really putting respect on his name a little bit. Tomiyasu just came back from injury. Yeah. Tossing this guy, and for me, he's not a Thomas Partey. He still needs to prove himself in this team. He still needs to prove himself in this team. Let's get that correctly. I still have a problem with him. He went down to Asia, lost with Japan, came back, was injured, hasn't played a competitive game for Arsenal since he came back from injury. He's not really looking that good. I just really feel that the intensity of this matchup will be so high for him. Tossing him into the Wolves, against a team who has won multiple leagues, who's this dangerous like Manchester City, I think that would be too soon for Tomiyasu. I still want him to get more games. It's not like Thomas Partey, who has actually gotten more games, at least a little bit. At least he's played in 2 games since he literally came into this team back from long-term injury. But Tomiyasu just came back from Japan, a losing Japan team, actually. You know, they didn't win the Asian Cup. They lost in the Asian Cup. So it's not from the winning side. So that we will not just say he has a winning mentality coming back. So it has to stay on the bench for me. He can come in the second half. For me, Kivio will do a more better job. It's a more conservative, traditional defensive left back. You know, it doesn't bump forward or goes into this inverted style that you know, that Mikel Arteta really wants his left backs to do. He just sits back, do his job, cover our asses back in that defense, and it does it judiciously and effortlessly. And that's what I want, because discipline is key when you are playing against Manchester City. Even if I've just said that Haaland doesn't have a good record personally against the top 6 sides in this league, traditional top 6 side in this team, I'm still wary about, you know, what he has to bring to the table. And again, KDB will be making deep runs, both on the left or on the right, is everywhere. So
KDB
I
loves
just
this
want that
game against
dedicated
Arsenal.
guy in that left back
Yeah.
position to just sit down there, be composed, be conservative, and just defend that you know, that back four and that left back area, you know, for us.
Listen, look, Tony, I completely agree. I completely agree. I would love nothing more than Kivior to have an outstanding performance tomorrow. I think he's capable of doing it. You know, he went off to Poland for those couple games, obviously against Wales. He got through. Fair play to him. I watched a little bit. I thought it looks all right. But listen, I can see nothing more than Kivior going back on form. And listen, the funny thing is, he's not even a left back. He doesn't even play at left back. He's a centre back and a DM when he played at Spezia. So yeah, the fact that he's come into that left back position and really fulfilled his role is great. And don't get me wrong, I'm not calling for him to be dropped in terms of permanently. I don't know. I just feel a bit more confident with maybe, I don't know. Do you know what? And people are calling for Zinchenko to come into that, and I just think I couldn't.
No,
I couldn't put
keep
Zinchenko in there.
out of this game.
We've seen previously, Sheik, as well,
Yeah.
how much he loses his head against Man City.
Yeah.
He's literally nearly cried on the pitch because of, you know, not getting on with some of his players. I'm like, I don't need that. I don't need the inverted role as well. The best part about Kivior is when he can go inverted, which is rare. He does rarely go inverted, but when he does, he can do it correctly, and he can come back and he can defend if he wants to. That's the only thing with me, and it's nothing against Ben White or Kivior. Foden and Doku are the only two that really worry me. Foden especially, because let's not get it twisted. That, in my opinion, Foden has been one of my players of the season away from Arsenal players. Foden has just been absolutely phenomenal. Yeah, he's taken the season by storm. And I'm just hoping and praying that our fullbacks deal with him, because if we deal with him, I think that's a massive key taken out of their assets. I don't know if it's going to be him or Jack Grealish to start. Hoping it's Jack Grealish, because I think Jack Grealish is a little bit more less of a threat than Phil Foden, or whether Foden would go on the right and Jack Grealish would go on the left, and then Doku would go on the bench. But hey, listen, that's the one thing for me, the wingers, and I hope we can lock them out.
100%. Yeah, no, I was gonna say one thing is that you just simply don't need to fix something that doesn't need to be fixed, right? Kivior has been playing in this rhythm in this Arsenal team, and I'm very, very big on this whole rhythm thing where players are playing in a certain position, they've been playing in form, they're gelling with the team. One is you, obviously, as a player being in form, and then one thing is also you having and building that chemistry with the players that are playing alongside you. So throwing someone like Tomiyasu into the team for a game like this, that I don't know if that is the right choice to make, because Kivior rightfully deserves his spot into this team right now at this moment because he's been balling for you guys. Same thing with Zinchenko as well. We saw what Zinchenko did against Liverpool last year in that very, very crucial game, right? He should have been subbed off by Arteta. Obviously, that last goal by Trent he got megged. He got nutmegged by that goal and stuff like that. But you just simply don't try to fix something that doesn't need to be fixed. The only thing that I would say is that in games like this, in title games, I'm going to make 2 points. In title games like this, form does a little bit go outside of the window, because you have to adhere to the fact that these guys are the champions. These guys have been in situations like this up against Sakash like many, many, many times. And that's why they're one of the best teams in the league. The one thing that I will say about Arsenal last year, when you guys went to the Etihad, was there was a state of panic, because prior to those City games, you obviously had the Southampton draw, you had the Liverpool draw. Arsenal fans are panicking. The team is panicking. Can we actually, you know, there was those reports that they're focusing on City. They're looking at City's games. That's where I think things went wrong. You need to play your own game. You don't try to look at your type of opponent. Of course, to a certain extent, you do because you're the ones chasing them. But at the same time, you have to master your own game. And I think if Arsenal can go there, and by the way, yes, we went to the Etihad and we lost 3-1, but there is nothing in that City team that impressed me massively. It was just us being terrible. We took a 1-0 lead. If a team like Arsenal takes a 1-0 lead, I can back Arteta to coach a draw or at least a win from that point onwards. I know you guys will be on their neck the whole game once you take that 1-0 lead. That's something that we didn't do. And in terms of City trying to attack, yes, we to a certain extent defended well. We had Varane, we had Lindelof playing on the pitch, and we only ended up conceding. We went to the halftime with a 1-1, like the score was 1-1, and in the second half is where we pretty much capitulated. But there's nothing in that City team that I see where I'm like, wow, that is like these guys are okay. These guys are really, really good. They're in form, all that type of stuff. We've seen the Chelsea game too. Chelsea played perfectly up until Poch made those substitutions, and that's where he got it wrong. The game plan was perfect. I think this City team, what you guys have to do is you have to really stick it to their neck. And I know that they can, that really, really frustrates them because they will create chances. I can back Arsenal and their defense to sustain that attack again and again and again, where they're just popping the ball around the box. They're trying to play all these crosses, stuff like that. I know Arsenal can basically, try to sustain that. But the biggest thing for me is that, yes, if you're able to sustain it and you play that counterattacking football where you can try to get a goal, it's that capitulation. And Arsenal have been in this position last year too, where that capitulation is around. I think this year, that's what's different. When you guys are taking good players like Declan Rice, who can kind of calm everybody down, I think he's the out and outright leader in that team.
Oh, 100%.
If something goes wrong, he can look at all these players and be like, yo, relax, you know? Obviously, he was captain for England as well in this international break. So he has those traits. The biggest thing for me is that this game is definitely there for the taking. I just think Arteta should not change anything at all. If it comes to mid-game, where, you know, you guys face some sort of adversity, even if you go 1-0 down early in the game, right? That game is still there. And I think you guys have enough confidence, enough form for you guys to say that. Coach says, do you ever read or respond to our comments? Yes, I'm actually starring them, so I will get back to your comments. Don't worry. No worries, man. But I hear you. You are talking a lot about City, saying City, you guys are sucking off City. Chiefs, Villa, United, Spurs are more worrying than City. I hear you.
United, okay, shit. Listen, you're my brother, yeah, but United are more worrying than City.
Fired up. I don't know about that. Yeah,
it's fired up. It's fired up. It's fired up. And again, again, one part you guys are really missing out from this thing. Yeah, is remember I told you this game will likely be won with the team that best orchestrate their counter attacks and the team that has the best transition in this particular game coming up on Sunday. Now, if we're thinking towards those lines, when City when they build up their attack, and mostly with their counter attacks, maybe up to 6-7 players are within that build up. I really do think that if Vadio is the one, is the one playing on the on the left. Definitely, on the right, he definitely has to help out in carrying that attack. I'm more concerned about their shape going back, like coming back and getting back into shape and trying to shore up what Arsenal is going to do. I really do think they're more slower getting back in shape, and I do think that this is a particular gap that Arsenal might just exploit. They're a little bit slow and under the weather, getting back into shape. And Arsenal might literally, capitalize on this. And most of the time, I've seen Kevin De Bruyne give the ball away acrimoniously in the middle of the park. Even Phil Foden is even a culprit of this. They're giving the ball out left, right, and center. But again, the teams they're giving these balls out to are clinical enough to actually use those balls and actually, punish them while doing that. But again, you had Arsenal who scored 33 goals in about 8 games. They will punish you if they get those kind of chances. So I'm really hoping that when Arsenal go through these counter-attacks, they're more disciplined when we go through our counter-attacks. Make sure that Declan Rice or at least Jorginho is back there, covering us down there, protecting the back four when we're going on a counter, on a counter-attack or on a counter-press, any of the two. And most of all, during transitions, I just really want us to be more disciplined, because if we have that discipline in that game, this will really get us over the line. And again, we're very quick. We're passing the ball more quicker. We're more versatile, more multidimensional. And when we do, get these balls quicker and move the ball more quicker, it actually truncates, what the opponents would do. This time, it's of course, it's a team that likes to hold the ball, more possession-based team, like to keep that territorial dominance quite effectively. But again, Arsenal have shown this season that we can actually go bar to bar with teams that actually have more territorial dominance in their gameplay. We've done this against Liverpool, for instance, this season. We've shown we can do it. So if definitely, if we can be able to keep more of the ball when we go there, and just kind of like impose ourselves on this City team that, by the way, don't like teams getting in front of them. They don't like teams getting in front of their faces.
Yeah.
So if we get in front of their faces, make it a living hell for them and punish them when they do lose the ball. Connor,
do you think the league's guaranteed
all the way?
If we win the game tomorrow, Tony, do you think the league's guaranteed ours? Because the one thing I don't want is, and don't get me wrong, it's massive. It's a massive boost. Do not get me twisted. However, and I have to tell Arsenal fans this, who are saying, "Oh, if we win this, we're favourites for the league." And yeah, you can say we're favourites, so by all means. I mean, people say we're favourites right now, which I can understand. However, you can't forget the games that we have lost last season. We couldn't beat a Southampton team twice. We were dropping points to the likes of Brighton. We dropped points to Forest at the end of the season. Crucial points, which we did drop. As much as I think that if we win tomorrow, is it a big boost for the Champions League the week after next? I don't believe fully. I don't want Arsenal fans to think, bam, we've beaten City, the Etihad, it's over, the title's ours. Because we've done that last season, and we completely fell on our asses. And it was like, oh, here we go. We've bottled it. So if we do beat City tomorrow, I want the players to use that as a form of how can I put it? Because I feel like last season because we were top for so long, a lot of the time it was all energy. We were using up energy because we were so excited. Arsenal never been this at the top for so long in a season. In so many years, that all the energy was and the excitement was used. Oh, we're going to win the league now. We're 10 points clear, 12 points clear. We're going to win it. And obviously it came down and crumbled. If we do beat City tomorrow and we do go ahead and go, 4 points clear? We cannot let the rush of excitement take over. Then it's the next game. Then it's the next game after that. It's the next game after that. And I do think that Arsenal team will do that. I feel like last season it was a bit of this is something new, and it's true. We weren't in a title race properly. I wouldn't even really call the Leicester season a title race because Leicester were clear off by December. So it was really the 03-04 season. Well, I should say that maybe back in I think it was 2011, 2012. I can't remember what season it was, but it was a long time. Is the point I'm trying to make. So I hope that this Arsenal team stay humble. Keep going the way they're going because it's good football. I've been crying for good football, and it's good football. I'm enjoying watching Arsenal. I really, really am. And I've already said this. I do think that there is something different. I don't know what it is with the team this year. I just feel something different with this game. I think City are a bit more worried this season. I don't know what it is. But one thing I will say, and it might trigger an argument with me and Tony, I don't think the season's done if we lose this game. I think it's going to be a lot harder. I think we're going to make it a lot harder for ourselves, and we've got a less possibility of winning it. But this is the Premier League, and look how close we are with Liverpool and City. And yes, City will be. Is it 3 points ahead of us if we lose tomorrow? I think, or 2 points. But I don't think it's going to be over. But Arsenal have to have the integrity. But Arsenal have to have the integrity to go ahead and carry it on. If we don't have the integrity, you can call it off and say we're not going to win it. It's as simple as that.
I hear you.
If Arsenal want to have the integrity I don't think it's fully over. I think we've got less of a chance of winning it if we do lose tomorrow, 100%. But I don't think it is fully over. If Arsenal have the integrity, that's the point I'm trying to make. Because I know
Real quick, Tony, before I let you land, I want to go through this one comment real quick, and I want to get your guys' thoughts because that's going to be the next segment, whether this game decides it for everyone or not. 1 second, I'm kind of quick. Here we go. So, Coach, shout out to you. He says when Arsenal beats City, so he's fully confident that Arsenal do beat City. But he says when Arsenal beats City, we lose to Brighton or Villa. So why do you think this game is that important? Arsenal need to play Spurs, United, Spurs, Villa, etc. This game is not that important. I want to hear your guys' thoughts because Connor obviously just said that he doesn't think that it's all entirely over if Arsenal lose or even draw this game. And I kind of do agree with him because it's all about that integrity. Even if you guys do win this game, I don't think you guys win the league from here at this point onwards.
No, definitely not.
So many other games to play as well, which are very, very important games. You go to White Hart Lane, you go to Tottenham, you come play us. As bad as we've been, we can.
We know, but Old Trafford's not an easy place to go for Arsenal.
It's not a place for you guys to go in recent years. Like it's just facts. But this is the thing, Tony. Do you think if you guys draw or lose this game, do you think the title is over? Or let's say if you win this game, do you think the title is won? I want to hear your thoughts.
This is where I clearly disagree with you guys on this. I'm sorry, and I'm saying this respectfully. You guys have totally thrown out the window who we're playing against tomorrow. 3-peat champions, world champions, Champions League champions, champions of Europe, FA Cup champions. They've done it all, yeah? And we've also totally forgotten that these guys are actually totally experienced in title run-ins. These guys have lots of title experience in their hands, in their ammunition. They can tap into it anytime. They could see if Arsenal literally don't go and get that win tomorrow. I'm sorry, it's over. And there's a reason into that. Because these guys are professionals in what they do. If they do win, they smell blood. They know no other team can get to them because they've proven over time that they can do it. That's just the major problem. And again, I don't believe in these other teams to get us over the line because we tested it last season. We've seen how these other teams absolutely melt in front of City and Liverpool. We've seen it. It's proven. Clearly, they might not melt in front of the Arsenal because they know they can have a go against the Arsenal. They know us. They feel like we're butlers. So they feel that we don't have enough. Yeah, so they can actually go against us. But against a team like City that has won this, this league serially, they're serial winners. Yeah, they know how to get into title run-ins. So that makes it important. That changes the whole atmosphere. It means that Arsenal need to go into this game, win this team. And again, there's also something I call the fear factor. Arsenal need to bring back that fear factor. Because if teams are watching us beat Liverpool, yeah, like mercilessly beat them at home, trust me, that sets a precedent already in the games that were to come. So when these other teams were playing against us, they knew the threat and they knew that Arsenal had so many multi-dimensional ways through which we could actually hurt them. But you know what, yeah, beating City in this game on Sunday, just imagine what that would do. That could actually literally give us the motivation to just go through the remaining games unscathed and unbeaten. Trust me, if that game against Liverpool can set us on that precedent to nearly up to 7 game win, just imagine what the City win is going to do for us mentally. It means that we just beat the champions. It means that we just beat the Champions League winners. It means that even in the Champions League in Europe, these guys will literally fear us when we're down there with them because we're the only team, and it's the only team that has actually beaten them this season apart from Aston Villa. So, we have to go into this game thinking about revenge, thinking about winning this game, because I don't see any other way if Arsenal loses this game. Mind you, Manchester City have a very, very easy title run in. The man them, are playing Wolves, they're playing West Ham and all these other butt-licking teams. Those teams will absolutely melt in front of them. Arsenal has to go to Tottenham Hotspurs at White Hart Lane. In fact, in the stretch of 14 days, Tottenham Hotspurs will rest through the 14 days, while Arsenal have up to nearly 4 games within that 14-day stretch. How do you think Arsenal is going to go through this without winning this game? And you don't know if we're going to drop points in those games. It's win or bust. We have to win. Clearly, we have to win. If we don't win, it's a bad result. We don't win the league. I'm sorry, man, because we're dealing with a more experienced Manchester City side in terms of the title run in.
They've still got Villa, they've still got Tottenham, and as Manny put in the chat there, Wolves beat City 1-0.
They nullify each other. They nullify each other because we both have Aston Villa. They nullify each other.
Tony, I don't think that this season is ended. I don't.
You can't say that. That's the thing. So let me ask you this, Tony.
Wait, Chick. So is it that you're not respecting what City can do? Because when you say that, you're not respecting what City can do.
No. It's not what we're not respecting them. What I'm basically saying is,
because if we lose this game, City can go on an unbeaten run and win the whole game.
Tony,
they've proven it. They've done it before.
Tony, are we in May? Are we in May right now? We don't know guaranteed that they're going to go on this unbeaten run. Don't get me wrong. I'm not underestimating.
But we can go through the history. They've done it before.
Tony, I'm not underestimating City. I'm not saying that they're this pipe team that can't do anything. City are a fantastic team. They're the best team in the world currently. They're the treble winners. They're the current Champions League winners. They're current Premier League winners, and the current FA Cup holders as well. Three of the biggest trophies you can win ever in the country and in Europe, obviously. However, this season, like I said, it just feels different. Look how close we are with Liverpool and City. It is so close. And it's the same with Arsenal. If Arsenal win tomorrow, do I think we're going to win the league? No. If City win tomorrow, do I think they're going to win the league? No, because there's a team called Liverpool that is still involved. Because I think Liverpool can still go ahead and do it. It's only 2 points. And listen, 2 points can mean a lot when it comes to May. Teams can win the league by 2 points. But there's still... I don't... Listen...
I get that, but I don't see them losing any other game.
Tony, that's absolutely fine. I can completely agree with you with that. I don't know what it is this season. Something feels different. And I don't... I've seen City against Chelsea... Especially Chelsea this season. That Chelsea game was woeful. Against Wolves, against Aston Villa, 1-0 loss.
Football Band, thanks for correcting Manny. You corrected me. It's only just you did that to him.
I just
Manny and Football Band.
I just think that City have the capability to drop points this season. It feels different. I don't know if anyone else agrees with me. I know, Tony, listen, I can completely understand your point, Tony. 1000%. City, by all means, can go on an unbeaten run. They can do it. Of course they can do it. They're Manchester City. But in my personal opinion, I think that there are still points to be dropped. But I do agree, and I want to make this clear, if we do lose tomorrow, our chances are more slim. 100%. More slim, 100%.
I was going to say that too. Listen, it goes in both ways. If City lose tomorrow and you guys win, there's still so many games to play for both of you guys. Yes, you can say City has a tougher run, like an easier run, this and that. 100% agree. Tony, how long have we been watching this league? We've seen teams win this league on a final day on goal difference. We've seen stuff like that. We know anything can happen in this type of league, right? I understand you, though. I think this game, in terms of importance, out of all the games that you guys have left, is probably the most. I know that you guys have to win this game in terms of being on that run to actually try to win the league. But at the same time, they're going to play Villa next. Villa are fighting for top 4. They've been... Unai Emery has them...
Beat them earlier in the season?
Yes, they beat them earlier in the season. 1-0, Leon Bailey scored in that game. So they're fighting for top 4. There's a lot at stake for other teams too. Same way, you guys can beat City today. And I want to bring up Coach's comment real quick here as well. He says, every game is hard. West Ham aren't melts, bro. Beat City for pride, but we got to beat the rest too. This guy overhyped City. We can lose 2 games to City and only lose 6 points in a season. I hear that. But at the same time, it's like, yes, I understand that this game is the most important game of the season so far, right? Forget about Champions League. Forget about all of that. We're talking just about the league, right? But say you do beat City tomorrow, you still have to play us. You still have to play Chelsea. Chelsea, as bad as they are, they will turn up against a good team,
especially Arsenal. And look at Spurs.
Arsenal.
Look at Spurs.
You got to play Spurs. You think Spurs are not looking at you guys being in this title race to knock you guys
I've already said this, right?
No,
they've got City.
But again, that's why we have to win this game, because even when I was talking, I gave you context. I said Tottenham Hotspurs have a 14-day layoff. They're not playing any games in 14 games, while Arsenal have games within those 14 days up to 4 games. It's that bad. If we lose any point right now, it definitely will affect anything regarding lifting that. If you're going for top 4, I hear you. But if we know we want to get to win that league, we don't need to drop any points right now. And we've totally forgotten that we have Liverpool, who also do have some kind of like simple games, apart from Manchester United and maybe Aston Villa to face, and Tottenham Hotspurs. But those games cancel each other, because Arsenal still have to play against Aston Villa.
Everyone has
Arsenal still have to play against Tottenham Hotspurs. So they cancel each other. So if you cancel these games, then they will remain with the more simpler games. Arsenal still have to go play Wolves. Arsenal still have to go play Everton, who's actually looking out, looking out for themselves in a relegation battle.
Tony, no, that's too much. That is too much.
I'm just saying that Arsenal have the hardest run into this title.
Yeah, Tony, I agree with that.
They have the hardest run in.
Tony, I agree with that, but you can't matter the fact that Liverpool also have tough games. They've still got to play Tottenham. They've still got to play Villa. Villa away. Villa away is a tough.
That's what I said. It cancels each other, because we also have Tottenham Hotspur.
Exactly.
And
but we've all got
Villa. So they cancel each other.
Tough games.
Good. Then what about the remaining games? They have more easier games than what Arsenal have. Even
can I be so honest with you, Tony? Look at when Liverpool played Forest this season. I don't think there's any easy game unless you're playing come on now. And listen, fair play to Sheffield. Fulham are just trash, but Sheffield are pretty much a free hit. Luton are decent. They're on their day. They can be all right, but they're them teams down there. But I don't think that there is a quote unquote easy matches. I really don't. And listen, it's Manchester City, like we said, can go on unbeaten runs. I know they can. They can do it. But there is still games that they've got. I think, listen, Arsenal do have a tough run of games, 100%. I'm not looking forward to April. No way, because April's going to be, especially with the Champions League as well. Yeah. But I do still think that it's not just Arsenal that are in this boat. It's not. I think that City obviously have their games. Liverpool definitely have their games as well. I'm not even writing off Brighton tomorrow as well, because I know what Brighton can be like around Liverpool. Yes, they've got their injuries, so maybe Liverpool have more of a chance to win.
Connor, they are playing at Anfield. Look me in the eye and tell me that you think Brighton is going to take points away.
I don't think they're going to. Well, I don't think they're going to take 3.
We couldn't even do it at Anfield.
But that's the thing. The funny thing with Brighton is they're inconsistent, but you don't know when they're going to be consistent, because they can turn off whenever they want and they can go ahead and put in a performance. But the point I'm trying to make is, in the Premier League, there's no easy games. There isn't. Arsenal, for example, 12 points clear last season, or wherever it was, 12 points clear. We play Southampton. We dropped points.
Are you sure they are not easy games? Sheffield United, West Ham 5-0.
Tony,
packing after 17 minutes.
I literally said the teams that are
easy games in this league.
The teams that are bottom of the league, like that season on the day, I wouldn't even call West Ham an easy game. Arsenal were just too good. It wasn't the fact it was easy. Arsenal were just too good for West Ham. They were too good for Crystal Palace. It wasn't the fact that I would call it an easy match. Because West Ham, I'm not going to lie, they are trash, but they're still fighting for a European spot, So I wouldn't fully call them that. So, listen, at the end of the day, I think all teams still have tough games to go. I still think points can be dropped from both Arsenal, Liverpool, and Manchester City. But listen, let's get tomorrow out of the way. Hopefully it's a win, and we just go on from there. It's as simple as that. And we'll just move on.
But we have to win. We have to
win. 100%.
Yes, 100%.
We have to win. I don't possibly see how we're winning the title without beating City.
I hear you. One thing, what we're basically trying to say is that, yes, your main objective is to win this game, right?
Yeah.
No one is arguing that, we should try to play for a draw. Arsenal should try to play for a draw, this and that, right? No one's arguing that. What we're basically saying, though, is that anything can happen in this league. I don't think it's completely done. If this was like 2 or 3 games away from the season ending, I hear you. But there are 10 games to play with pretty good opponents for all of these teams, bar Liverpool, I would say, right? It still is not over.
Why are we
It still
talking
is
as
not
if
over.
Man City haven't gone on a 15-game unbeaten run?
Okay, but Tony, what have we?
I'm shocked
Tony,
you're saying this, man.
Tony, but what have we been saying about City this whole year? That are they the same City that we have seen City last year?
They're not the same. But
Right,
at any time
right.
they could just switch it on. That's the problem.
Right, right. No,
but Tony,
when you're talking about
going off what we've seen now,
you also have to look about their advantages, and those are the advantages that they bring.
Tony,
and they've proven it over time.
Tony,
that's how we need to win this game.
Tony, listen. Like I said, Tony, you're going off, and you're correct. City can do it, but we're going off of what we're seeing this season. That's why people are having the opinion, like Schick has just said. He's got the opinion of that it can happen, where it is possible for City. They're not the same this season. It's as simple as that.
And that's what I'm saying. It's just an opinion. It's just an opinion.
Of course it is, Tony. No, Tony. I'm just telling you what
it's not
means.
Fact. But we have to go through fact. The Man City have proven it. They've done this, Connor. They've done this. We have to win this game.
Tony, we know.
They've done this.
Tony.
Yeah.
We're agreeing with you. Tony, we're agreeing with you.
You know what, Connor? Connor, I don't want any excuses. We have to go and beat City. Let's throw these excuses away. Yeah, maybe in case we draw. We need to go and win. And because I've seen these teams last season, we dropped points against Southampton and West Ham, and then we prayed after we lost against City for other teams to absolutely go and do the job for us. We saw these teams melt in front of City, and they won it, and they weren't particularly good last season. We were leading these people with about 8 points last season. This game is very important that we should win. There's no excuses. If we don't win it, we just better look at Champions League. Because I see, Connor, I've been through PTSD. I know what this means. I've seen City do this. They do this for a living. I've seen it with my eyes. I can't believe it. So don't get on me because maybe I'm saying this, but I've seen it over time, and I know what City can bring. They can turn up at any time. If they win this game, it's unbeaten run straight up. And they're just looking for that single spark to spark up their season. If they do this against Arsenal, it's over. They just go and win the
remaining. What about Liverpool, Tony?
And we've seen it.
But Liverpool have gone on an unbeaten run for a year.
And that's double trouble. That's what you get when 3 teams are jostling for the title. But if Arsenal is saying that we're going to lose this game and go ahead and win, then why in double trouble? Because Liverpool would also have to think of winning all their games.
Arsenal have also gone on unbeaten runs. City aren't the only team that have gone on unbeaten runs before. And you know that.
Wait. No. Unbeaten runs to win the title or unbeaten runs?
There's still
unbeaten runs just for show. City have gone on to do unbeaten runs to win the title. Those are the differences.
Yeah, no, but the point I'm just trying to say is that other teams are capable of it as well. You know.
Question for you, Tony.
Connor, we have to go and win. That's what I'm saying.
That's 100%. Yes, we've got to win tomorrow. Yes.
Yeah, you have to win tomorrow. But what we're saying is everything is not over. I don't think it's over where you lose tomorrow.
It's not over till it's over.
Exactly. I don't think you should say it's your opinion. I hear what you're trying to say, and I know you've seen City and you know City and how they can be and stuff like that, but it's not over, Tony. You still have 9 more games to play after this, along with those other 2 teams as well. Yes, this would be a massive boost for you to win, and it would hurt quite a lot if you guys do lose this game. But so you think Arsenal, if they lose this game, the team itself, the core that you guys have, you think they're thinking that this season is done? Do you think that they think that the league is gone? No, they're gonna still go into every single game fighting like how they can because they know anything can happen in a game like this, in a league like this. But before I do move on and I'll let you finish, there's a question for you, Tony. Coach says, question for Tony: Arsenal win versus City tomorrow and drop points to Chelsea, Villa, Brighton, etc., or lose tomorrow and win all remaining games. What about that? What if that happens, right? These are all these ifs and all these things that could happen in a league like this. That's basically the point we're trying to make.
Then we're now going on if, buts, and when. And if, buts, and when don't win you the league. Definite points and facts win you the league. These are all if, buts, and when, and that's what I'm trying to avoid. Bit City, go on and win these other games. And again, we're also forgetting the mental part of this whole thing. Yeah, and that's the juxtaposition of the whole thing. Yeah, that's what makes it a coincidence. This was the same ground that they nailed our title run in last season through the coffin. They nailed it down. As we were beaten by City, see that title run last season shut down at City. It's a mental thing. So if we go down there and we don't win this game, it's also a mental thing. We could go on and just lose and just lose games. I really see Arsenal doing that if we lose this game against City. Our mentality is still, we're still building. Mind you, this is still a team that is still in a so-called project. So we need to, get things right. We're not up there. We're not mentality monsters the way City are. So let's go. Let's win this game. I'm an Arsenal fan. I want my team to win. And if we can win the league, let's do it properly. Go to City and beat them properly. And I think Arsenal can do it. I really see us doing it. That's why I'm confident that we can go there and smash these people up. We can do it.
Okay.
So let's go and do it. No excuses.
I hear you.
Agreed.
Cool.
Agreed.
Yeah, agreed 100%. All right, so we are going to close out in a little bit because I do have to go and do the United watch along. But right before we do close out and I leave. Big up to everybody in the chat. Every single person who's shown up, asked their questions. Big up to all y'all. Make sure you subscribe to all the channels. Connor's channel link is in the description. Tony's channel is obviously we're already streaming, but people who have been in my stream and Tony's stream, subscribe to everyone, man. This helps us out a lot. Before we do leave, though, we're going to do predictions on the score. All right. So I'll start off with my.
There's a new member on my channel, and the person gave some money. It would be nice to shout out the person.
Let me go back and share that real quick. I got you. Let me see where it is.
Big up to Elias.
Elias, yeah, I think it was Elias who became the member. Let me see if I can find him.
Guys, yeah, me and Connor are friends. Don't think that we just had a shout about that.
Nah, me and Tony, we hate each other. Me and Tony hate each other, man. We hate each other.
This is what me and Connor do. We get into this run-ins, a couple of times.
It's normal, man. It's normal.
It's normal.
Big up to Elias. Big up to Elias Christian for becoming a member on Tony's channel. Big up to you, my guy. And he also dropped in a super chat. He
big
said
up to Elias, man.
He said, so Connor only does Tottenham post-match when we lose. Hey,
Elias, to answer your question, to be fair, it's a bit difficult today because it's annoying that United are playing now. Because if I want to get United fans on, i.e. Sheik, he's doing his match reaction straight after. Then it'd be like an 11:30 p.m. stream for me. It's too much. I've been to the gym, so it's probably not going to happen today. But you can catch my Guna channel content, Man City v Arsenal match reactions tomorrow night. So catch me on that. So yeah.
Cool. So yeah, we'll go to predictions. I am predicting a 1-1 draw. I think you guys take the lead 1-0. But I think Man City will probably crawl back. Maybe like a 80th minute goal, 1-1. They're gonna listen. A draw for them is a good result, in my opinion. Going based off of the remaining games that everybody has, I think a draw for them is a good result. Obviously, both teams are going to try to win, but I think a draw is something that they might be okay with if that's basically what happens. But Connor, we'll go to you. What do you think is going to be the scoreline and the result of this game?
Sticking with my words, I'm saying 3-1 Arsenal. I've already, you will very, very rarely catch me being this confident about Arsenal ever. And the fact that I'm doing it now against the big boys is even more funny. I'm going 3-1 Arsenal. I think it's going to be tight. It's going to be 2-1. I think throughout the majority of the game, but I think right at the end, Arsenal are going to add to it and make it 3. There's something different, man. There is something different with this team. And also, I'm going to back my team. I'm not going to go for a loss. I'm always going to back the team, even against the big dogs. There's something different, man. And I'll be so disappointed if we get smashed tomorrow. Really will be. And I'll be on the team like no tomorrow. Be absolutely rinsing them. But come on, you Gunners. 3-1. I think we're going to do it. I really do.
There we go. Tony, we'll go to you.
Yeah, see, guys, we are going to City, with serious ammunitions. See, I've not seen this armory before, in a long time. We're going there as, as kings, top of the league. We're going down there with set pieces by our side. We're going down there with the German giraffe down there up top. Him 1v1. Jones not there. 1v1 against Diaz. I want to see that. Yeah, we're going there. We could keep a mid block. Simply just wait and keep this game on a transition level and see who is more quicker, who passes the ball more quicker, who is more grounded, who wins more duels, who can go bar to bar with the counter press. Yeah, let's see about that. Yeah, who could win individual battles, who could win attacking. See, every part of that pitch tomorrow counts. I really do believe that Arsenal will take the day. And mind you, they're also missing some stalwarts in that team. And see, even the replacement, yeah, they'll carve out what Arsenal will do tomorrow. So, let's see what happens. I'm giving Arsenal a simple 2-1. It's going to be a hard one, but I still think Arsenal will get over the line. And you know what? Yeah, I really do think that this was where we lost. Our hopes got lost last season, and the nail was hit on our coffin last season in this game at the Etihad. This should be the same place. We should redeem ourselves and announce ourselves to the world that we are coming for that title. And we have the remaining 8 games, and send shivers and fear to the remaining teams that will step up to us, including Tottenham Hotspur and Aston Villa, and tell them that, hey, look at what we've done to Liverpool. Look at what we've done to Man City. We're coming down there to take your heads off. That's what we're bringing down there. That's what the hammery that we have down there. And that's what we're coming to the Etihad on Sunday. See, gauntlet dropped at the Etihad. See, Pep Guardiola, Man City, what are you coming with? I've just told you what Arsenal is coming with tomorrow.
Please. The worst thing is, Tony, the worst thing is, if we lose, we're screwed on channels. We're screwed. We're so screwed.
Yeah, we're screwed. We're screwed. But
hopefully the boys turn up.
But we have to take the chance. We have to take the chance.
Yeah,
we're in a more better situation right now, and they look vulnerable.
I just know next week
they look vulnerable.
Sarcasm City is going to be nuts next week.
It's going to be mad, man.
It's going to be mad. But for you, CJ, it's going to be nuts. It's going to be bad.
I'm going to miss that shit that day. I'll say flawless, man. 16/10, but I'm sleeping, man. I think I'm sick.
Oh, dear.
Oh yeah. All right. So we are gonna close out. Like I said, thank you guys for everybody for tuning in. Before I do close out, I'm gonna ask the gang, what do you guys have coming up? Connor, do you have any streams coming up this weekend? Later on this week?
Yeah, I do. Yeah. First of all, Sheik, thank you very much for having me on. It's an honor. It's a great channel. Thank you everyone in the chat for getting involved. You guys always make the streams, and it's always appreciated. Thank you for people who've come over to my channel and subscribed. Really appreciate it. Make sure you go to Tony as well. I do have a match reaction for City Arsenal tomorrow night. I'm going to make it about 9 p.m. because I'm on TJ's channel. I'm going to bring it over to my channel, get a couple of the Gooners on there, chatting their piece. And hopefully it's more of a celebration than a misery. And hopefully we go ahead and do that. So 9 p.m. tomorrow, you can catch me on CMO Sports talking the Arsenal game, as I'm an Arsenal fan myself. So it'll be even better. I can rant if we lose. So big up to everyone, big up to Sheik, and obviously big up to Tony as well. Always a pleasure sharing the screen with him. We always have their back and forth, but at the end of the day, it's all love. We're all good mates, and it's been great. Really appreciate it. It's been great.
Of course, man. Tony, what do you got coming up anytime soon?
See, Sheik TV, I've done this with you before, man, and I really enjoyed the time when you came to my channel, man. And of course, there's still a show on the pipeline for me, on my channel. So I'm preparing that one in lieu of next season. So, let's see. Thanks. It's always nice to come down to this place here. Of course, I'm making my debut down here, and I really loved it. Connor, see, man, big, massive respect for you, man. Thanks for, sitting down here with me and just, listen to my arguments. And I know sometimes it might sound so deafening. I don't want to listen. I don't want to back down, but you still, give me that light of day to see air my view. Thank you very much, man. See you guys. Tomorrow I'm having a watch along with some of my friends. Miss Melina is coming down to my channel, so we'll be doing a watch along. Manchester City versus Arsenal. So come watch me, Miss Melina, and Wolfang Division. Usually I used to have Bant, but of course he's gonna be doing his thing on his own channel. You guys can tune into that channel too, because of course he's my guy, he's my brother. Also, I'll be having a match reaction show with Ola of the with a lot of the Fight Week show. In that show, also the reaction show will be done between me, all of the Fight Week show, and Lion Tech TV, Richard. So we'll be having that show immediately after the watch along. I'll be having Deji Sports. He will be raving about this matchup, this one that he just won today against Luton. I'll be having him next week. We'll be talking reckless and shaking his bum next week. So it's coming down to the channel next week. That'll be a highlight show. The boys from the Premier League Talk Factory will be down there with me. I'm hoping to bring Flawless and TJ down to my channel next week. Let's see, lots of big stuff, and of course, Connor, man, you're always welcome to my channel, man. It's really nice to have you down there. I'm just looking for the proper argument, man, because when me and you are on the table, man, it's always.
Do you know what? If you're doing a form of match reaction, if we lose, I know that'll be on the talking point. I'll hop on Tony. Tony, message me anytime, man. I'll come on anytime, bro. So
yeah, thanks, man.
Bring up in the DM and we'll get talking.
Thanks. Yeah, and thanks everyone who joined us today. Football Band, Coach Judith, big up to you, man. Thanks. I think you're a new subscriber. Mama Flossie's down here. H Minads, everyone, AJ Biat, everyone who came down here. Yeah, big up to you guys. Yeah, enough love. Absolute and Elias who subscribed to my channel. Big up to you, man. Yeah, lots of love to you guys. Yeah, they assembled. Like everyone, big ups.
Big ups, man. Like we said, lots of content. Obviously, tune in, check out everybody's socials. That way when we're dropping videos and going live. Big up to all y'all in the chat, and big up to my panelists too, man. Like I said, first time you guys on the channel. I have to appreciate you guys. Thank you guys for coming. And yeah, I look forward to doing many, many more videos with you guys, and look forward to growing our channels together, man. So 100%. Yeah. But thank you guys all for tuning in. We are gonna close out. In terms of me, I have a couple of shows due also coming up. I will be on Sarcasm City in literally 10 minutes. We're doing the United Watch Along, Brentford versus United Watch Along. Yes. And then we will be back here after that game for my match reaction. And Mondays, you guys obviously know, we have our show called The Mud Brothers Show, where we'll be talking about the weekend's fixtures with Eli, some other Arsenal fans, Chelsea fans, Spurs fans, and myself and Scooby. So definitely check all that stuff out. But yeah, big up to all y'all, man. I hope you guys all have a great
real quick, Chick. What's your prediction for Brentford United?
Oh, man. 1-0
man on the spot.
1-0. Yeah, I can see that.
1-0 United. Either Bruno Fernandes penalty or Scott McTominay 90th minute to win.
Good prediction. Good prediction.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's entertaining. You don't fall asleep.
Hopefully. Yeah. Hopefully, man. Yeah, hopefully. But yeah, thank you guys for all tuning in. We'll see you guys in the next one. All right. Big up.
Big ups.